Live.
And that's it. And we're recording right now. Cool.
And we're live.
And we're here with Branden Bauer, one of my favorite people ever. Welcome back to the show, everyone that is not listening. This is my boy Branden Bauer.
You sure you don't want headphones?
No, it's fine, man.
All right, cool. Hello.
Dude, how have you been?
The headphones are freaking me out. I've been good.
Are you sure you don't want these? Like, I've made a grave mistake.
Please take these off of my head.
Oh my god. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So why don't you just explain who the fuck you are really, really quick?
Okay, so I'm a human being. My name is Branden. I play music. What is that?
I'm just trying to figure out this fucking setup right now, dude.
The table's acting weird. For all the listeners out there, the table is acting weird.
We're doing this in my bedroom for the first time, so it could sound different. If it sounds better than RTI, we're gonna have to talk.
You're gonna have to call in at...
No, not giving that out. Or do I know it on hand? But anyway, enough about that.
Enough about that.
I just want to hear a quick little who you are. What are you playing, dog?
So I play in People Eating Fruit with you, Paul, and our friend Paul O'Neill. I play guitar in Pastlife, which is also a band from Philadelphia. And I play in a noise group called Fantasy Racket that plays once a year.
Oh, yes.
And I make some solo music under the name Buck at the current moment.
Buck the Lackey.
Buck the Lackey.
Lackey. Oh, I can't fucking read or
It's
write
okay.
or spell.
What's up? I'm Jared. I'm 19, and I never heard of fucking read. Oh, you're allowed to curse.
Yeah, dude. It's my
Fuck
show.
yeah.
I don't care.
This is Paul's fucking show.
As long as, like, you're not... Like, that's the thing. Like, I kind of want this to be... Anyone can pretty much say whatever they want. As long as it's not, like, you know, bigotry,
Understandably
racist,
problematic.
homophobic bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off.
All the main three. Yeah, fuck off.
And if you're doing that and you're listening to this, you can also fuck off.
Yeah, untune this station right now if you're looking to hear that, you son of a bitch. Anyway, so but you were in a shit ton of other projects I kind of want to touch on because you have a vast wiki that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
What's like your past projects? You know?
Oh, shit. So, in terms of, like, growing up and being in bands...
All right, let me stop you there. Let's do the whole start from finish. How did you start playing music? Like, I'm sure you were listening to shit, or maybe like playing Guitar Hero or whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
your dad got you into some tune. Like, how did it all really come about for Branden Bauer?
Wow, totally. So my dad was 100% like the first influence of just like... I remember like the distinct feeling of when he would go and play piano downstairs. He would just be like the most at peace I've ever seen him. And I just remember that like distinctly at a very young age being like, oh, that's when he's like the most chill and like clearly, visibly the most happy.
Was it like one of those wall grands, the wall pianos?
Just the regular acoustic upright.
Yeah.
Totally. There's also one in the basement that was like my grandmother's that's really out of tune, which we should play on sometime. I would love to show you that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And yeah, just seeing my dad like at a very young age, just like always, and like sometimes like Saturday, Sunday mornings, he would just like crank the stereo and just fucking blast like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like,
oh my God.
Like first thing in the morning and just like wake up and it's like, oh yeah, like summertime, just like instantly like joyful vibes.
That's so crazy. Like, my dad would blast the Spinners.
Yeah, dude. And it's just like, I'm sure you felt that too, of just like noticing what it did for them.
Yeah, I noticed that with like my dad playing like Pink Floyd and Yes and Genesis and stuff like that. Yeah. And like even like cheesy 80s songs.
Totally.
Like he would get so fucking into like dumbass 80s songs like
Yeah.
Rat Trap by the Boomtown something
The
or
Boomtown Rats?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my fucking god. It's a rat trap, bitch. And you been caught. It's like everything Fred Armisen makes fun of.
That's real. Dude, the Boomtown Rats, though, the guy, Bob Geldof, he's the guy that, like, created Live Aid.
Holy shit.
Like, who would have
What?
fucking thought? Yes.
Get the fuck out of
Bob
here.
Geldof, like, started Live Aid, and he was just, like, the singer in the Boomtown Rats.
Well, you told me Robert Hazard wrote fucking Girls Just Want to Have Fun or whatever.
Robert Hazard. Wait, because he's from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy
Elevator of Love.
No, Escalator of Life. That's 100% all of the inspiration for Walmart culture. At least what I was throwing down. Holy shit.
Because the weightlifting.
Yeah.
Elevator of Love.
Escalator of life. Up and down.
Oh my god, dude.
Round and round.
Robbie Hazard.
He would sing every fucking word to me, yo. Oh my god. That shit was so funny. But, okay, so your dad playing piano.
I'm still laughing about the Boomtown Rats.
Holy
Yeah. So, early influences. Dude, what is that thing?
I don't know. I think it's
Is
like
it
the table.
The Newmar?
Let me see if I can... Fuck off. All right, I'm just going to stay right here. A little closer.
A little leaning in. Leaning in now.
I was just trying to not cause phase, but I'm sure it's going to be fine.
A little phase never hurt.
You can get a little... Yeah, because your dad...
Yeah, like your dad and like the whole living room thing.
So you got that piece from him playing those tunes and Earth, Wind, and Fire and shit like that.
Yeah, and just seeing like that was when he was at his most like, just like enjoying life. And like same with my mom. Like I always remember like walking downstairs, same thing, like Saturday, Sunday, like nighttime. Literally would go downstairs and like all the lights would be off and she'd just be listening to like the Bee Gees or John Denver. But there was like, you're fucking like clearly zen right now.
Mm.
And I think that was always just like, I want that feeling. Like that zenned out state, you know?
I feel like that's some next level, whatchamacallit, like perception. How old were you when you started to notice that shit?
I mean, they were doing that like my whole life. Probably, yeah, like elementary school, 7, 8, 9.
You started picking up on like, damn, music is what's up.
Yeah. And another distinct memory that sneaks out is I was at the car wash with my dad, and we were listening to the Beach Boys, like Greatest Hits CD or something, and Good Vibrations was like the next song, and he was like, all right, I want you to just like listen to this song. Like, don't say anything, just like listen to this song while we go through the car wash. And like that was my first time ever hearing that song, and it was just like, holy shit. And he was like the next part's coming up, it's like, like, you know, when someone's just like so excited to show you a song, it's like, fuck, music is so cool. And that was even before like learning how to play stuff. So
or like
then
how things were even put together
musically.
It was
Like
just,
what is a composition?
The sound is cool.
Yeah. So that's definitely like earliest.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I would always find like choruses to be like different. Like I would always notice how like in like, I don't know, even if it was like mainstream at the time, like a Linkin Park chorus or a Blink chorus had this like fullness in it that like the verses didn't have. And I was always just like, what is making it different? And like I would notice like, oh yeah, well there's another tom in the background going, and there's a fucking another guitar doing a lead right now. And I know there's only 3 people in the band. And so I'm always thinking like, I guess like they just shit on the other guys in the band and don't include them in shit.
Oh, like they excluded those members?
Or like they're only for shows or something.
Because it was like how it was recording. Like, wasn't it all just live? Like,
Yeah.
thinking that.
Or like it was just like they do the take and that's the take. And that's why I was always like, why does the snare drum sound the same every damn time?
Yeah,
like
that's
I play
crazy
drums. How
perception,
does
too.
how does it make him do that?
Yeah.
So I was always like, fuck. About like recordings and like there was like just moments that made me be like, and like music is magic and like,
Yeah.
it's like get captured in a sound or like songs like a love letter you can give to someone. At least when you're a kid, you can be like, listen to this song. This is how I feel about you.
Totally.
Yeah, and it's.
I
like,
remember like country
miss you.
songs. Yeah, I remember country songs. There was that one that was like, check yes or no. Like he like gave the letter to the girl and it was like, do you love me? And they're like 4th grade or some shit. And I was like,
wow.
oh yeah, totally, dude.
Damn,
Like,
you're listening to good shit in 4th grade.
dude, country.
My dad was always like, oh, you gotta listen to this all the way through to like a Yes song or some shit.
That's
he's like,
way more beneficial.
He's like, no, just, yeah, just let it play. It's really cool. Oh, this part. See how it changes?
Yeah.
It's like, is this the one? Did you mess up the putting it on your MP3? Because it says we're only on song 2. He's like, nah, that's right, son.
That's right, boy. You remember what you just said for the rest of your life.
What was the first instrument you picked up? Guitar, yeah?
Drums.
Oh, yeah?
Because my dad played drums. So there was just a drum set in the house. And then it was like in 4th grade, maybe, my brother just had like a guitar lying around. And I was like, my dad plays drums already. I'm trying to play something different. And I was like, I'm going to play guitar.
Yeah, okay.
And my neighbor, Joff, he was like starting to play drums too. And I was like, yeah, we got to like play different stuff.
So you can be a band.
So you can start a band.
And what grade was that?
4th grade.
4th grade?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I was in a band called the Stowaways. And it was like, I played guitar, which had like probably 4 strings on it. Joffrey played drums. And then Anthony Masucci played like, we just didn't have enough equipment. So he was playing like the cymbal. Like it was like, he was playing the cymbal and Joff was playing drums. And I was like trying to play guitar.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
That sounds like hell on earth.
It was terrible.
I remember kids like my first fake band in grade school was like called Nightmare or something.
Of course it was. Why would it not be Nightmare?
It was just garbage, man. Like just remembering that makes me want to curl up into a ball, but also makes me go like, that's cute.
Yeah. I feel like once you get out of like the initial embarrassment phase of it, it's like, thank God I did that. Like that was a start to something of like, and like
To something better.
Yeah, acknowledging the feeling of being like, oh, like this is cool, and we like hit the right thing at the right time, and just like you were saying about, you didn't even know like at first what production, like that they were all playing live, and now we're sitting in your studio with like a reel-to-reel speakers. You're a producer. That's like your job. And it's just like, fuck.
I was curious.
Just follow that curiosity.
Yeah.
To everybody out there,
Just do it.
just follow it, you idiot.
Don't wait on anybody. Is
Yeah.
like my biggest
You're
quote
really good
I
at
want to go
that.
down for is like, don't fucking wait on anybody.
Yeah.
Because you will be if you expect other people to help you all the
You
time.
fucking idiot.
You stupid bit. No.
No.
So you had this 4th grade band. What came after that?
So your dad in the living room? What did you ask?
What came after the 4th grade band? Yeah. So what was your like building to musicianship? You know, you had a 4th grade band.
Yeah, it was like that was pretty much like me, Anthony, and Joff would just like jam, quote unquote.
Anthony
Masucci.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was, yeah.
I'm trying to get him on the show too.
You should.
Yeah.
For anybody in the future listening, get Anthony on the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Send the Patreon.
Yeah,
Send Paul your $300 to get Anthony on the show.
Nah, just donate to Bernie Sanders.
True.
Nah, send all your money to Bernie Sanders. This is a Bernie Sanders
endorsed
pod. Yeah, endorsed cast. This is a burn cast.
Oh. You should try trademark Paul Marchesani.
Trademark.
Burncast.
Done.
It's like a Burncast.
It's this won't be out for a minute, but yeah, it's there. People will know right now. Man, I'm really nervous how this is gonna come out, but I think it's gonna be good.
It's good.
Yeah.
We're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah, so like what was your next steps?
Okay, so it was that band, the Stowaways, was like pretty much just like what I would do sometimes playing in my parents' house, just like music with Joffrey and Anthony. Eventually in high school, my friend Matt Mahoney, who I like went to church with in high school, like youth group and shit, was like, yo, I play keyboard. We should like start a band.
Those church kids always know the keys.
They know the keys.
Always know the damn keys.
Yeah. And then, because like in that church, there was like other kids playing in bands at the time. Like I went to Coatesville, but there were a ton of kids in like Kennett and Unionville who were like, we knew peripherally that were like just starting bands now. Mm-hmm. This is probably like 8th, 9th grade kind of time. And then we did like a battle of the bands, me, Matt, and Joff. Anthony was like in middle school doing more like marching band stuff. And then we would play like basement shows and like high school Unionville like proms and like graduation parties.
Wow.
And it was like fun as shit. Like we were like making money from playing the prom in high school. It's like I don't make money playing shows anymore.
Yeah, dude. Like
I'm 26.
Some of those shows you just mentioned are probably gonna be like some of the most memorable times you've ever had, man. Like you said you played prom.
Yeah.
That's like a stupid rom-com movie like you'd find on TBS or some shit.
It was so magical.
PG-13.
And we were just like rolling through covers. Like it was like 3 hours. We played for 3 hours. And it was like, we have some originals we're playing in this high school dance. But it was like the after party. Like the prom, and then like we played like Unionville's after party.
Okay. You guys had an after party?
I went to Coatesville. Unionville, we just knew because we were in the church, and all these people from Unionville like knew like, oh, Mrs. Hoy, her son has a band. So we like got asked to play their like prom because we were just like a band. Unionville had a ton of money, and we got paid like $500 or something.
Damn. Well, I mean, you fucking better. You just played 3 hours. Doesn't matter how old you are, man. That's bullshit.
Get paid for your fucking
prom gigs. Remember that, kids.
Remember that, everybody listening out there.
When you're covering your Green Day and Lit.
Yeah. Cover it.
Remember that song?
Lit?
Yeah.
No.
It was like My Own Worst Enemy.
No.
Just a big no.
About the things said when I was drunk.
Oh my God.
Please tell me why.
Them live is the most cringe shit ever.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Even when
Did
they
you see them live?
No, there's
okay.
videos. Like, what am I, fucking 35 over here? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm going to see Lit in 1998 or whatever. They were dead in the water by the time I was playing. That time, like, people knew that fucking song.
Dude, I hope no one from Lit is listening to this podcast.
Yo, tweet me, Lit. I fucking dare you.
Beef initiated.
Yo, I will beef the hell out of that fucking band.
You heard it here first, folks.
How did you meet Sean?
Who?
Sean.
Meet?
Yeah, how did you meet
I thought you said,
Sean?
how did you beat? And I was like, what are you talking
No.
about? Sean Clark.
Yeah, Sean Clark. How'd you guys link up?
So through Ian, who you know, peripherally, Casey, Paul's cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Dates Ian.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew Ian in high school. Or like fresh out of high school. And Ian was best friends with Keegan Clark, who's Sean's younger brother. And one time, there was like, I was in, I guess, Keegan's car, and there was like a Line Leader Seeds CD. just in the back of his car, and I was like, I've heard that band. Can I have this? Like, can I take this? And he was like, I guess. And it was either Keegan or Ian. I can't remember whose CD it was. Gave me that CD, and I like listened to it like a ton that summer. I was like, I fucking love this music. Yeah, it was Lion Leader's first album, which Sean did like entirely himself. And then eventually I reached out to him and was just like, your music's fucking amazing. It's fucking sick. And
That's so cool, man.
And then we played a show together in Westchester, like 2013. And then I just started going to Lion Leader shows. And then we were like, yo, you trying to take some acid together?
Yeah, I bet.
And then that happened.
Yeah, and then you guys are best friends ever since.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, tripping with you, fuck.
Fuck. Yeah. And it's just crazy, like, all the shit you're saying. Or, like, the questions you're asking, and, like, going back, just, like, how everybody ties in to just, like, one...
big family.
One huge family.
It's kind of why I want to do this. People don't know, like, just, like, these names and these people that's been around, and... I don't know. I feel like there's a story here. There's a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing this because there's like a huge story that seems to be going on. Like,
just trying to put my friends on.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of like everybody in this whole community, just like sticking to it
And going through it. Like I had Brian Walker on here a little bit ago, and he's honestly like. So, I don't even say determined because he's so lackadaisical about it, but he's like very professional. He's very determined, and that motherfucker's been doing it since I like started coming to the scene. And I know he was like around before that too. So I was like, shit. Like, I like commend people that like still do it because I know a lot of people who just don't anymore, and it's sad. Like he. Doesn't even have a band, but he still tours and like has albums that are full bands or songs that are full band. It's like he just fucking does it, you know?
Yeah.
Like nothing limits him, and that's kind of like what I'm drawn to with people, you know what I mean?
And I think peripherally that just like it's like I always know Brian's going to be doing it. I always know you're going to be doing it. And it's just like same with George, Sean, everybody. It's like and maybe not. That might not be a true statement, but right now, just like everyone still pushing forward and creating feels like what was that?
I don't know.
Well, we felt a weird scratch at the door.
Oh, it could have been a cat.
But true. Just the more that everyone around me has been like not stopping and never giving up. It just makes me want to just like keep going at this thing because it feels like there's a fucking cool ass story we're all trying to tell.
Philly's got a lot of positives and negatives with this scene, but there's a lot of like characters that's been around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Totally.
And people that's been doing it, or people that are like had a moment, you know, and now that moment's kind of passed. And you just gotta, I don't know. I like talking about it, man.
Me too.
Yeah, so from your perspective, I would like you to tell how PEF got started.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because I had Paul on and I had Paul talk about it. And I want to hear like your side.
Okay, cool. So
from the very before you even hit me up.
Oh, okay. Shit. So it starts with a dream. Because as all things start with.
Why is that not on our bios?
It all started with a dream. It was all a dream.
It literally
was. So dream about Wheel of Fortune. I'm a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. Oh, sorry, I was just like staring at your penis. And I was like,
I forgot to put it away.
Yeah, I was just like, why?
Shit.
I gotta make eye contact with the speaker or something.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's away.
Okay, sorry. So, I'm a Wheel of Fortune contestant in my dream, and I look up, and all the spaces eventually just spell out people eating fruit, and there was like a huge bunch of like lights around the thing. And I remember it was one of those dreams like right before you wake up, like that's the dream you remember the most. And I woke up and I was like, okay, well, I have to do something with that, because that was fucking like too much to just be like, no, that was cool.
A literal sign.
Yeah.
With flashing lights.
Like night visions.
You've won.
Yeah. This is a good thing. And that was probably 2015, maybe 2014. And then the only time that name came up was like a reunion of me, my friend Joffrey, and Anthony. We did we played this show at our friend's house and just jammed. Like, it was like, okay, we have like 25 minutes, let's just jam. Not plan or practice anything, we'll just jam. And that was billed under People Eating Fruit. And that was the first ever, like, quote-unquote live People Eating Fruit performance. And then it was just like, that name just kind of like, cool, we did that one thing, that was cool. I was focused on, like, another band I was in at the time called The Absolute Sky. Which
Absolute Sky.
Yeah, just like high school, middle school, elementary school.
Was that the band that played Prom?
No, that was a band called Basement Culture.
Oh, okay.
Which was me, Joff, and Matt.
Okay.
And that was...
Were you also doing Absolute Sky at that time?
Not yet.
Okay.
So in high school, I was in two bands. One was called Basement Culture, and one was called The Mudflat Buckets, which was a joke metal band.
Dude, I was in a joke metal band.
Yes.
We were called Peanut Butter Cups of Death because our one friend that we fucking hated was allergic to peanut butter. So we're just like, yeah, eat shit. Yeah, eat shit, Brandon. Brendan, whatever.
Damn, I really want a peanut butter cup now.
We'll get one after. I got this Toblerone's just like mocking me right now.
Do you think we could?
After, man, definitely after. I don't think anyone wants to hear that. I'm saving that for my ASMR channel.
Might be. I was gonna say it might be kind of hot. Yeah. So what was your like whole
shtick?
Yeah.
We covered like Death Clock and just like did shit like that.
Hell yeah.
We never, nothing ever came of it. We just like jammed a couple times and we was like, oh yeah, let's cover Ruin. And then like
drums.
Yeah, and then
Classic.
like we never got to the drum fill part because I was like, bros, I can't fucking. You know what I'm talking about? The like 30-second drum fill, like right before
idea.
Oh my god! Like Lamb of God's Ruin has like this amazing drum fill right before their breakdown, and it's like really complex and like you need all these splash cymbals and shit. And it's just so tight. And like every time I'd get there, it would just be like playing, and then it's like, okay, now breakdown. Just skip right
Should we
over.
Play it?
Oh no, I'm not gonna get flagged, man.
Okay.
Just go look it up.
Okay.
Randy Blythe's the fucking dude.
Randy Blythe.
Chris Adler fucking crushes it on drums.
Chris Adler.
Yeah, Chris Adler.
Does he have a dad in the music business?
I know I think his brother is also in Lamb of God and also plays guitar or something.
I'm pretty sure like David Adler is like a 70s.
Yeah, there's like there's a couple Adlers, I know. And there's definitely another Adler very close to Lamb of God. Or I'm making all of this up.
This whole thing could be made up.
This podcast is not real.
This podcast is completely and 100% fabricated.
This is actually just me. Brandon's not even in the room right now.
I'm phoning in from Alaska, from my beach resort in Alaska.
How creepy would it be if there was like another hour left and you just stopped responding after I was like, Brandon's not even here. Just started talking the rest of the time alone.
Damn it. Do you think we can go back?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I think the sentiment is definitely there though.
This whole thing is all just Paul.
So
your dad
yeah, so dad playing piano it was like upright.
It's in the living room.
Maybe all right. People eating fruit.
People eating fruit.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck. We just went on a whole tangent about high school bands.
It's fine, yeah.
Mud Flap Buckets, though, is totally the prelude to people eating fruit. Like, our first song was like, I spoon my dog because it is fun. Da-dun-da-dun. I spoon my dog and then I take out a gun. And it was just like totally fucking ridiculous.
It's like butt rock Pef.
Yeah, yeah. Just like we were like,
That's a pretty good song, man. We should
I think you should come back.
another single maybe, you know.
Bum, bum, bum.
City in the Mud.
City in the fucking mud. Yeah,
Let's like
dude.
just make all dumb rock singles City something.
City in the sky. It's just my city in the sky.
It's falling faster and faster.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's so good. Really can't wait to make more like hair metal.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. So
Wait, can I ask you a question?
oh
Can we do that on this podcast? Can we turn it around?
Yeah, we can turn it around.
Okay. What do you think about... I don't like where this is going.
Thinking.
Okay, what's he going to ask me? What do you think is the role of comedy in music? / what role do you think it should have?
The role how all other like Venn diagram-esque media is coming forth, you know, it just has a place. Like that's definitely a loaded question because I'm very into both, and even like comedy things, because like you could say, because like there's just like it's like a Venn diagram thing almost, and all of it has a place. Like there's straight up comedy, and then there's music, and then the overlapping
Fuck, we gotta go.
shit. You actually gave me a little panic, even though I live here. But because like you can be like way on the end and be like Dimitri Martin picking up a guitar, but it's really a stand-up special. Mm-hmm. And then you can inch it in a little bit closer, and it can be Bo Burnham, and that's a little more performance art, you could say. And then you get it right in the center, which would be like Weird Al.
Tenacious D, potentially?
I would say that's another step closer to music.
Okay, cool.
Because they fucking shred.
True.
They have real like musicians. I'm not to say like Weird Al isn't a shredder or like a good writer, producer, like, but he's totally there for the laughs.
Yes.
He's parodies songs for the laugh. And like other things like that, where like the music is made for a laugh. Like you could even say like Jean Lajoie, like "Show Me Your Genitals" guy is that right in the middle, comedy music.
Totally.
And then you have that step over that's also like supposed to be comedy music, still in the center, but like closer to music. That would be Tenacious D.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, they're funny, but they also just put that super long guitar solo in. That's not funny, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
They also got Dave Grohl on their track to drum. Like, that's funny and awesome. You know, stuff like that. Like,
word.
There's like this whole thing is fronted by Jack Black. It's like that's hilarious and amazing at the same time. And he shreds. The fat dude shreds. Same thing with Kyle Gass. Like Kyle really shreds.
Yeah.
And then you have that step over again. Like it's just on the edge where I think like Pef can be, and other like goofy acts, like you could say like old Blink-182 was kind of that, when they would talk about like masturbating and washing their balls a lot.
Yeah.
And like other dumb shit like that of like tongue in cheek. You know
That's
what I mean?
That's the line I've been thinking about a lot.
And like Death Clock even is like I'd say like kind of on that line too, because it's like I'd say that's more Tenacious D because it is made for the laughs, but some of them are just straight up brutal songs.
Yeah.
And there's like nothing really funny. It's just like, it's kind of funny you're singing about mermaids, but like,
yeah.
It's only funny because I watched Murderface go like, it's about mermaid murder.
Okay. Gotcha.
And yeah, so I feel like there's definitely a borderline bands share with that Venn diagram, like
Uncanny Valley.
Vulva. I wouldn't say it's uncanny, but yeah, I guess so.
It's the Canny Valley.
This is a fucking place.
It's just a Venn diagram.
Yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Hell yeah.
It all has a place. And then you could even say like it's super useful in the sense of like just look at Joji. Like,
oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm to the moon with him because
Stan.
I loved Filthy Frank and all of its glory. I loved all that nonsense bullshit. And then I even loved the Pink Guy stuff. And some of the Pink Guy shit was actually like, oh, this is tight. Even though he's singing about anal beads. This is really tight.
Yeah.
And then he puts out this real fucking music project. Like Run was the latest one, whatever that.
Yeah.
Where he's in that huge limo.
Yeah.
Super cool music video. Check it out. I'm sure you fucking have. It's like a jillion views.
Okay.
But like, oh my god, it's so cool. And like, that's what he did. He had a platform where everyone would follow him, talking like this, shin shin, etc.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he's like, oh, by the way, if you loyal fans were just so interested, I also make this. No big deal though. I also make this. Everyone jumped over to that because it was just A, yes, we love you, and B, this is objectively good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's pop music and it's super polished and like not my thing, but it's objectively good and it's better than most pop music out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where I think being goofy can really play in your favor. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it can come off as like you're trying to be goofy for people to listen to your music.
Yeah.
Like people don't know how to separate those. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's really hard to come up in that middle shape. We were talking about that Venn diagram.
That Venn diagram.
It's either one way, like totally comedy with a hint of that, or like totally music with a hint of that. Like, I feel like it just comes off really try hard sometimes when you see. Even though we were doing it, I had a lot of fun doing it. I think we're already goofy, so I don't think we're like trying to be anything.
Yeah.
But you know, this is just some people, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I don't even have anyone in mind, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those stupid like videos people try to make sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's, that's just something I've been thinking about a lot lately in terms of like, from a writer's perspective of having a conversation through like your lyrics, and just like when you're with your friends and you're talking, laughter is just such a crucial part of friendships, and just like just having fucking a fun time together and making jokes. And it's like, how do you take that element of like life and put it into music without being just like,
I think you have
goofy
to.
as shit.
I think you have to be genuine with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever heard that thing of like how laughs sound slowed down?
No.
Like a fake laugh. I probably fucking heard this on some other dumbass podcast, but
Okay.
like it was like a fake laugh. Like if you slow down a fake laugh, it literally sounds like ha ha ha. But if you slow down like a real laugh, you sound like a fucking chimp. It's like
No.
it's just like guttural sounds. It's like very animalistic. You can really tell a fake laugh from a real laugh in like those senses. So I feel like it's all subconscious. You
That's
know, like
so cool.
like when we have laughs in our songs, those are from real fuck up takes and real like
we're giggling,
like
yeah.
dying laughing. It's not like we're adding this because we're goofy.
Yeah.
It's just like shit. This song is so goofy. As is. How do you think we recorded this? We didn't. It took a long time.
It took a real long time. We laughed a lot. Yeah.
You know,
That's sick. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on that.
yeah. I didn't mean to ramble.
No, I want you to.
You opened the floodgates.
The floodgates must be opened.
Yeah. Yeah. So continue with this path story that has never got
Jesus
continued.
Christ. So
We gotta leave
eventually,
people,
wondering.
You come back to it. It's classic podcasting.
Classic podcasting.
Podcast.
Okay, Hef, I'm just jumping forward like
yeah.
7 years.
Okay.
6 years? High school, ended 2012. We met
Like 15.
15?
Yeah. Because I was playing
16. Oh.
I was playing a bunch of shows at JTA, And then
at the aquarium.
I met you at the aquarium looking like a fucking cult leader.
I think about you saying that a lot.
I think about that every time I think about how'd you guys meet, and like you were glowing. I could swear you were like glowing light, and I'm just like, what is this?
Yo, here's a question. We'll get back to Pef, I swear to God. But do you ever feel like when you meet people kind of for like the first or several couple of times, they have a glow to them? And it's like, I'm supposed to know this person. Just think about it.
I wouldn't say glow. You're the only motherfucker that was glowing for me. But I have notions of like, I'm going to be that person's friend.
Yeah.
Like when like Paul would come into parties and everyone would be like, Paul, and it was not for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be that person's friend.
Yeah, totally.
And like shit like that. Like Kevin Brusha, like, oh, he's the one doing all this shit? Oh, he's in Cerulean Blue? I'm going to be that person.
Yeah. That's one glowing motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, cool.
I feel that. Definitely you're the only person glowing for me, though.
Cool. Well, so I met you in 2015.
Was I glowing?
Glowing, yeah.
Right.
I have that distinct memory of getting your number out front of my stoop and writing like Paul Marchesani, Just the Architects, or Paul, Just the Architects.
Yeah, and I wrote Branden the Aquarium.
Yeah, and then like you leave, and I was like, that dude was real nice. And then, yeah, probably didn't see you for a while.
Yeah, it was a really long time.
After that, I remember the show at Kevin's. We both played an acoustic show.
Yes. And then I remember seeing you like randomly around that time because you played a couple acoustic shows. Mm-hmm. And like that's when I was like, how's everyone knowing these lyrics?
Yeah.
Because it was like, Jesus Christ, this is a story. There's no hook chorus. People just remember stories over here.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This is really weird. I just got a text from Kevin, who we've been talking about, that just says, you ever watch someone make a mistake? On Facebook. I haven't talked to Kevin in like 20 days, probably.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Cool. But that's Kevin, for anyone listening. These are our people in our circles.
Oh, thank God he got back to me. I was about to say, that motherfucker.
Oh, he texted you? What did he text me?
Yeah. I know he picks up a phone like every couple years.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So then
Yes.
I saw you at that one show, and you were like, I'm going to come over and record music.
What show? The Kevin show?
The Kevin show. It was at Kevin's house. You. That was the first time I knew you were like recording people. You're like, come over and record those acoustic songs.
Oh, did I do Forest Kids?
Yes.
Oh, I remember now.
You played, I played, Sean played, Kevin played, and then we watched Winona Ryder movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, no, that time?
Yeah.
I think that, no, what?
Mm-hmm. Because you started talking about City in the Color.
City in Color?
City in Color. You played the song and you're like, yeah, we should
Did we make spaghetti?
record
Was it spaghetti?
at
Or was it
Kev's
a
house?
show?
It was a show.
It was a show.
It was a show.
When you say Kev's house, do you mean Lavetown?
No, I mean the one after that, across from that field.
Oh, yes. I know now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really cold.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't come because it was like,
Yeah, it was literally just me, you, Sean, Kev.
and then like
I think,
Jess Liss, Megan. Sorry, I don't know if we can say people's names.
Yeah.
There were people there. Our friends were there, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was very soon after that we got.
Well,
in
no,
touch.
because then that was after tour, though.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that was after tour.
But it was still a while.
Yeah, it was
I
still
didn't
a while.
see you
Because that was cold time.
cold time.
And we were on tour before that. Because that's
That's
how
August.
I knew you.
That's right.
That's why I was like, Brandon's here. Because I
That's
remember I was
right.
like, I remember being buddy with you then.
We were just chilling in the back seat of the
Yeah.
fucking station wagon.
Making raps.
Making raps.
I'm in the kitchen in a bucket, all out of peanut butter. I'm at the beach. No one even fucking guessed it.
How do you remember that?
I don't know
Holy
that.
shit.
I think about that from time to time.
Well, we should record that.
Yeah, one of these days.
But yeah, so we started talking about like a joke, just ridiculous, nonsensical project. And then that show happened.
I think it was like you hit me up
I hit you up
on
after
Facebook.
because of the fucking song for Gun Trail.
Yes, I had you on Gun Trail. That's right.
Oh my god, because that was, you posted that around the time of that show.
Up to like have people on.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I hit you up about that.
And
And
then
that was-
then you turned around and was like, "Yo, can I do my record with you?" And then I was like, "Of course you can, Branden." And then you came in for a session. What was going through your head for that?
So that day, Pastlife was opening for Hobo Johnson.
That's right. I remember that.
Distinct, like, I remember that was happening, and I was like, cool, but I'm going to go over to Paul's house and record, like, a song before that happens. And then what was going through my head was, like, that I was going to your apartment to record an acoustic, like, just an acoustic album of songs
You
that I
did
had
do
stored.
Fairmount Waterworks, and I still have
Oh
that.
my god, that did happen.
I've yet to send that to you.
Was that before Flower Mouth?
That was before Flower Mouth, because that's what I thought you were gonna do. I thought you were
That's
gonna do all
right.
the songs you were playing live and just make them acoustic, and then you're like, I have this idea, and like it was over a type beat, and I was like, bitch, I don't do type beats. What are you gonna do? Nothing with this song?
yeah.
And so then and then I was just like, let's just make it, and like we made the beat. I remember, and I was like, okay, now do your part, man. And like I wouldn't know. I had no idea what else. I was feeling like, because it was like Flower Mouth, you know, din 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 din.
A,
din,
sharp
din.
E.
It's like, I'm singing a song, something basic that everyone knows. It's some
I'm
shit
gonna
like that.
hold the words out
Yeah.
for a while.
So it really takes up time. But you were just like, you came in weird, and I was like, taken off by the gin gin. I feel my youth slip away. Like Gorbachev's, I stopped smoking weed. By I stopped smoking weed on the day it was legal. I was like, it's over.
It's all done.
This is it.
And then you press pause, and you're like, man, if you're gonna be doing that kind of stuff, I'm in this. And it was like, hell yeah.
Because it was like, that was fun. And like, I know like how long you've been doing it. At least I had a good idea how long you've been doing music, and like you can like play instruments, and that said a lot. And then the fact that you were spitting like good bars, bro, flames, was like, oh wow, this guy is really well rounded, and I just think he might be on my timing.
Yeah.
And it was already like established that you were, because we just did the type beat in like 30 minutes, and like we're like, yeah, that's a song.
Yeah.
And then like you just started pulling that out, and it was such a good first take too, that I was just like, oh shit, there's a lot of information that I just received in that 2 lines. And
Yeah.
I was just so like, fuck, that is tight. That's established. That's thought out and cared for and polished in just like this second. And
Yeah.
I was just so like, that doesn't seem hard at all. And plus you were fun anyway.
Yeah,
and
we were chilling.
My boy,
We were watching
from
stand-up,
tour, yeah,
like, a
watching
ton.
stand up. And you were watching me get really high and drunk at the time
True.
because you
I
were
was
sober.
And also from my end of that was one of like the very first times where I had just like shown someone something where I was like, I've been storing this on my computer to never show anyone, but I'm just gonna try this right now. and you were like fucking stoked about it and encouraged the whole process. Kids listening back at home, go with people who encourage your process. You need that. And I needed that. And you were just like, let's fucking do it. And then Paul hopped on Flower Mouth. And it was just like, yeah, game fucking over.
I kind of had the vision when, like, after you left, and I think, like, Paul was coming over later that day.
Yeah, y'all were
Like, we were hanging a bit at that time.
A bunch, yeah.
And I was just like, this could be that, like, super group that, like, what Forest Kids was going to be. Because Forest Kids was going to be a 3-piece electronic band.
What?
That's what it was supposed to be. And then, you know, that's what you get for relying on people, kids.
I never knew that.
Forest Kids was going to be 3 people hopping
They don't have to be named or anything.
on and off instruments, like, the entire time with backtracks. Like, I had a friend that was good at piano. I was going to be like, okay, you're going to do mainly key stuff. I had a friend that was amazing at bass. Like, okay, you'll do bass stuff. And I'm really good at drums. I'm like, okay, I'll do drum stuff. And like, we'll all have our auxiliary gear around us. And it would have backtracks. And we'll just hit play for the entire set.
Yeah.
And we'll just practice this 30-minute set over and over again. And that will be Forest Kids.
No shit.
It was supposed to be this crazy fucking band. And of course, those people are flakes and losers, and they don't fucking follow through. And so I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm always trying to, that's like end game, maybe, or trying to do something like that with like one other person. But it's also like when I have the gear, when I have the time and the space.
Totally.
Like, I'm crammed in here, motherfucker. You see this?
Yeah, we are in a pretty small room right now.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the dream. And, you know, people just fall flat. So, like,
Totally.
I kind of saw something crazy like that with Pef.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know you're a multi-instrumentalist, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist, and Paul's an incredible singer, and I know they know a couple things and can learn shit very easily.
Yeah, has been like actively learning.
And still have like this incredible, like, the singing range could be alone for them in the group, like, which is what I was thinking of. Like, they could do very small things and be the highlighted front person.
Totally.
And shit like that, you know, because they love playing the tambourine and doing all the fun stuff you do in the front of the stage. And like, me and Brand's an obvious middle guy / front guy.
Yeah.
Because like, he can always turn around and do his crazy shit, and I'm always in the back, and I'll pick up the mic in the back. I don't give a fuck. But like, I'll just be in the back doing that. I've always wanted that.
Oh, me too, dude.
Because I've always gotten bored with drums, bass, guitar, and a vocal, and then add your bonus sauce on top of your shit burger that you just made.
Yeah.
You know, like, the drums are just, it's just always this dumb cheeseburger as a group. And like, I just wanted to completely flip it on its head and have it be cool in like a totally different way. Like, I've always thought stage performance was like, not stage performance, is stage setup. Yeah, and performance.
Stage, just like watching an event.
Yeah, and then like, be like, that's how we write songs. And that's kind of how I'm trying to do it with Pef in the future. When we get that, when we get that time again, we get the rigmarole set. What?
Rigmaroles?
You know what rigmarole means?
I've never heard of that word, Paul.
Oh, it's a great word, buddy.
I love it.
It's like, oh, I'm sick of the same old rigmarole, like routine.
Oh, okay.
It's like an old-timey 50s word.
A rigmarole.
Yeah, I'm sick of the old rigmarole.
Yeah, see?
Get a rolly. Get a rolly rigmarole.
Get a rolly watch.
Yeah, I don't know. You get what I mean, though.
Yes. Rigmarole.
So yeah, I saw that with Pef very soon after. And like, that was like peak of me thinking of a million ideas at once when you give me one idea.
Totally.
Because I had the time.
I had the time back then.
Finally now. But yeah, dude. Fucking crazy shit. And now here we are.
Life is beautiful.
You want tell me about tour for a minute, though. Tell me all about it. You just came back from a second month-long tour with Pastlife in the past 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
That is insane.
It was hectic.
Worth it?
Worth it. Halfway through, we met this guy who was like a marketing, kind of like went to school for marketing, is very involved in the music business in Houston, and was just like, there's no point in touring as a band for 30 days if you're not like marketing. Like, this isn't the way to do it anymore. And just, it was like, oh, yeah, fuck. Like hearing, it's like, I know that. I do know that, but still, there is like an exciting part of like just going out and like playing shows, hoping it goes well. I'll be honest, definitely didn't, like, more percent of the time than it didn't. Just as like, I don't think that grind is the way to do it.
It's not, but I mean, I get it's exciting to do that, but I feel like you only have to look at it that way. You can't be like, this is exciting to do this gamble, and I'm going to be upset if it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go into being
Something
like,
on your forehead.
Thank you. Like, I feel like you have to go into it going like, we're doing this for fun, and we'll try and find any positives out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what you guys did, talking to this dude and talking to the other people you were kind of mentioning.
Yeah, just met so many like really kind human beings. I definitely learned like one of the biggest icebreakers is like, I'm not from here. I'm from Philly. What's up? And it's just like, cool. We instantly have this connection of like, I'm a stranger here. You know the place. Tell me about, like, we have different lives. And I feel like that's really exciting for people on both ends. Like, I just go there and it's like, yo, what's up, people in fucking Dallas? And we're just hanging out. And we're all like, I don't know, drinking beers and just like laughing. And it's like, I never would have met this person if I didn't just like hop in a van and hope that they were here, you know?
And hope for the best.
Yeah. So from like a non like music business standpoint, just as like human interaction goes, it was amazing. And met just like a ton of cool people and saw some cool sights.
Nice.
Saw Yosemite.
Oh, nice.
That was fucking awesome.
I
Like
bet.
on the van, it was like looking down and it was like
Wow. You drove
a
Yosemite.
huge drop. Yeah, like
Okay.
drove all the way up. And
That's so beautiful, man. That's
it was
awesome.
pretty fucking beautiful.
Scenic drive.
Scenic drive. So that was like getting the scenic drives is amazing. Obviously, the goal in the future is to just like any endeavor go into it with like guarantees for money, so you're not like stressed about gas or anything breaking. And then just like I feel like that would allow the traveling to just be so much better.
100%.
And I don't know how to do that. I'm just saying that in case people are listening and they want to go on tour.
And they haven't.
And they haven't.
And they don't know that
It's going to be real fucking stressful.
it's really stressful, and it's really a lot of letdowns if you don't plan right. And even when you do plan right, and even if you think you planned right, and your buddy in whatever fucking town said, it's going to be a great show, it just won't sometimes.
There just won't be a show sometimes.
This is how it goes. Like, we did a Larry Notter tour. Oh my god, that was so stupid.
Really?
Yeah, that was so bad.
How long was it?
It was only four days, but
Even still, that's a crazy
even
thing
still
about tour.
was so dumb. Like, we played an amazing Philly kickoff show. Packed.
Philly
great.
loved Larry Notter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Midwest does too. Like, we're still on this Midwest emo essentials thing.
Really?
We're still getting mad listens on that.
Cool.
Like, I'm always like, that's so sick. Like,
yeah.
like these songs that like meant a lot to me a while ago are meaning a lot to other people. And you can tell like people, it's like the same people are like, oh, this fucking track, man.
That's
Something
so
like
cool.
It's cool. But yeah, we had an okay show in Pittsburgh. You know, we played Growlers.
Play your growlers.
Yeah, I like you smoking there, smoking cigarettes, drinking a beer. It was nice, especially when it was ice cold. And then we played Ohio, which was horrible.
Ohio's a strange place.
Yeah, we left mid-set.
That was where they were like yelling at you.
They were yelling at us like as we were playing. Like, I'm singing a line and they're like talking over the PA. like doing like twinkly mathy riffs and singing, and he's like, "You guys gotta turn down, or the cops are gonna be called."
Oh my
And
god.
we're just like, "Isn't this a bar that has shows? I'm on 3." Like,
yeah.
and so Kendall Sharp, bless his motherfucking heart. Check out Copley Woods, y'all. Just
Copley Woods.
do that right now.
Keep it.
Dope band. Kendall Sharp is such a, and he was even angrier back then. He just got so fucking pissed off. He was like yelling at this old lady to her face who was saying, "You guys are too loud." He's like, "You need to shut the fuck up," or like something like that. Oh my god, he like stood up for us like really good. As like me and Jeff just kind of looked at each other,
Like,
and we
this
both turned off
sucks.
our amps at the same time and just started packing up. And we left, and that was just like the worst show I think I've
yeah.
ever played. It's up
Yeah.
there. And then we played some random dumb show in some random town to nobody, and the first band that played left. And so it was like, how are you gonna do? It's just me and you, guy. Are you
Yeah.
gonna leave? So it was dumb.
You're all I got.
It was really dumb. But that band has some nice fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't market it. Like, if we went to the right place in Ohio, that's the place to play emo. You know,
Totally.
not a shitty bar. Like, we just didn't do it right because, like, you know, we were new to it.
Yeah, it's
I
all
feel like
learning
people rush
process.
into it a lot sometimes, and they get burned out. They pay too much, and then they don't want to go on a second one, and they got a bad like fucking Twin Beds and all that shit. Like all those punk band, like Derek Morgan and Tucker Pendleton and fucking, I always forget the Twin Beds drummer's name. Bless his heart, though. I don't want to say it wrong because I have
Yeah.
a couple options in my head.
That's fine.
But fucking, they always crush it with tours. Like I feel like they know where to go. They know where the punk scenes are. They know where it's gonna be a good. I mean, like not always. Tucker tells me it's like hit or miss, but I feel like they know how to plan it, and like they got a
Yeah.
good ride. Like they got a reliable van. They got a reliable driver. They plan it out, man. They always got the fucking posters and shit. You just gotta take your time, I feel, when it comes to touring. Because that's what I mean, like, if Pef does a tour again, like, I want it to be guaranteed
be
good
dope.
venues.
Yeah.
We can't play a basement. We can't, like, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah. And that stuff's important to realize. We played a bar in this place called Marfa, Texas, which is essentially like right on the border. So we drove like
The border of Mexico?
yeah. Sorry.
Ooh.
So we drove like so far and like into a desolate area, and just like ended up at this bar at this random town in Texas, and like get out and like the whole parking lot is like beer caps. Like I thought it was like it's just all beer caps, and we walk in. It's like, oh, okay, this is like a Texas bar for sure. We're this like indie pop dance band that has lights, and like we set up.
your own lights?
Yeah, Dash got lights.
That's pretty sick.
It's sick, but then it's just like this is an experience that like grabs your attention, and you can tell like just saying from like when I judge the scenario at first, it's like no one's gonna fuck with this. And me and Anthony were just like, let's just jam, like let's just jam and not play our songs. Like let's just do some slow jams, it'll be fine. And we play like one Pastlife song, and then Dash was like, how's everything sound out there? And like this dude sitting at the bar is just like, loud. There's 7-foot ceilings in here. And then just like turns back to his drinks, and we're just like, oh my god. So we like are just playing our songs. Eventually like 2 people come up, just dancing, like having the time of our life, kind of like similar age group as us. And it's like those are the kind of people where it's like you are an angel.
Yeah.
Because I would feel like running away if just the 2 of you weren't here. And it was like just those kinds of experiences you run into, and it's like so nerve wracking.
You just gave me anxiety thinking about that. Oh my god.
One guy was a literal cowboy, like just a full cowboy, like full cowboy guard, had a hat, and he was like, they look like They look like they're trying to get with some hookers or something, the way they're dressed. Talking about us. It's like, dude, you're a cowboy.
Yeah, what?
You're a literal cowboy.
You're the guy that comes into the bar and it's like, I want a woman, a bottle of liquor, a horse, a pack of smokes.
There were also dogs running around this bar, which was really cute.
Aw.
Yeah.
Were they like old, scruffy cowboy dogs?
Yeah. Little cute dogs.
And they fart a lot.
They didn't fart.
She's really out.
Mia's sleeping peacefully.
Is anyone else sleeping out there?
Anybody just have your eyes closed on Paul's bed right now? The blue sheets, the white comforter.
They're new sheets. I ripped my old ones.
Ooh.
I think she ripped them. She got nails.
Did you get them at Target?
I did.
I've had those same sheets before.
Bro, I stole a bath mat from Target by accident the other day.
Nice.
I just like got in the car and was like, that's not on my receipt. And I did like self-checkout and I'm just like, nice.
Nice.
There's just like a second of like me looking at the receipt, looking back at the entrance to Target, back at the receipt, back at the entrance. All right.
All right, we're out of here.
Sick.
And we're out of here.
Robbed.
Silent assassin.
And on that note, I really hope Target sponsors me. This is definitely the longest episode I've done so far.
Oh, really?
I believe so, yeah.
How long have we been talking for?
Let's see.
49 minutes?
Oh, I don't have like a counter because it's just in a motherfucking big old
sesh.
Oh, here we go. Seconds. Oh, yeah, it's definitely like hour and a half.
What?
Yeah, like
Shit.
hour and a half. Man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck.
pretty good.
We've been chatting.
I mean, you're definitely gonna come on again. I want to do a PEF episode where it's like all three of us and like we
yes.
talk about some new things that's going on. But I'm really glad. I'm really glad I have you on, man.
It's so glad to be here. Fuck, I fucked that up. It's so good. good. It's so good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for doing this. Everybody listening back home, check out Paul's music.
Oh, no. Plug yourself, buddy. What
Check
do
out
you
my
got
music.
going on?
I've got some people eating fruit going on.
Of course, people eating
The
fruit.
beginning of the year, songs for the up and down.
Elevator music.
I got a Buck the Lackey little tape coming out called Portrait of the Young Artist as a Fuck Up, which Paul produced and made for the instrumental tracks on the album. Huge part of it. And I was about to make a bad joke.
What's that new thing you're doing with Tash?
Oh, with Tash. So Tosh and I, Tosh is my partner.
Sorry, ladies and fellas.
It's taken.
And everything in between.
There's nothing for you here. Tosh last year knows the people who run this thing called Two Piece Fest, which is just an all-day fest for two-piece groups. And Tosh knows Craig and Peter, who started it, and was just like, hey, do you want to start a two-piece just so we can play this festival? And I was like, for sure. So we did that last year. That was our first ever performance. And then we played like once in Maine and once at the pharmacy. And then this year was our fourth performance. And it was like just to play Two-Piece Fest.
Nice.
But we just did like 7 to 9 minutes of like just fucking noise jamming. And Tasha was like reading this poem she made. And then we made like this joke song called Daddy's Plastic, which is actually a bop. You gotta hear it.
Word.
But yeah, just been trying to make music as fun as possible.
That's what it should be.
With the revolution.
Always fun, always therapeutic. We're gonna sign off now.
Stay giggling.
Stay giggling, and thanks for tuning in. I don't know who's gonna be next, but you'll find out. Later.
See ya.